be here today in place of Chair May, who is supposed to be. I don't know if we need to say, I guess we need to say for the record that we're at the multi-agency state office building and it's 10:01. And we want to start today's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd like to invite Jorge Corona Leyva, our program manager, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. At the beginning of the meeting, I want to start off by introducing the commissioners and staff. And today we have Commissioner Tara Toohey and Commissioner Juliet Tenner. Commissioner Christopher Conaby is on his way in. He is on the phone right now and he'll be here in a moment.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
We'll see you soon.
Doing the best we can, fighting some traffic. Thank you.
Okay. And then Commissioner Fallon Owens is joining us virtually as well. And Commissioner Steve Handy or Chair Steve Handy and Vice Chair Jennifer Terrazon are excused from today's meeting. And then with DABS staff, we have Erica Evans, our Executive Director, Todd Darrington, our Deputy Director of Finance and Administration, Brian Swan, Deputy Director of Legal and Regulatory Affairs, Jeremy Summerlot, you're not managing editor today. Sorry. Managing Director of Operations, Doug Murakami, Director of Alcohol Education, Michelle Schmidt in the front, our Communications Director, Sam McHenry, our Assistant Attorney General, who we rely on so much, Craig War, our Compliance Administrator, Jessica Atencio, who is our Package Agency Program Manager, Rob Hansen, our Training Program Manager, Stephanie Hansen, our Off-Premise Program Manager, and we're right here on the table up here, Aaron Hinkle, Violations Program Manager, Jorge Corona Leyva, Program Manager, Joe Ferrari back here, Licensing and Compliance Specialist, who also doubles as our AV Coordinator, as does Steve Lucero, who's our Licensing and Compliance Specialist, and Melissa Suarez, our Executive Assistant. I want to talk briefly about our next meeting. Our proposed meeting schedule includes Thursday, May 28th, 2026 at the Garfield County Courthouse. And that will be our May Commission meeting. The ABS Commission travels to local Utah cities once a year to hold an open meeting to meet community members in person. And that will happen in our next meeting in Panguitch. And then our meeting following that is Thursday, June 25th, 2026 here at the multi-agency building. Our upcoming holiday closures are Monday, May 25th, 2026 is Memorial Day. So we will be closed, or our stores will be closed. And then again on Monday, June 15th, it's Juneteenth, the National Freedom Day. I want to remind you about public comments. Those participating virtually, please email your name, city, topic, and affiliation, if applicable, to hotline@utah.gov by 5 p.m. on Wednesday. Well, this is a little late. That should have happened last night. But we will have time because the deadline for public comments online is the night before the meeting. So you can remember it for next month when we're in Panguitch. But we have time for public comments at the end of this meeting. So now we will proceed to our Parents Empowered update with Doug Murakami.
Thank you, Chair Orton. Good morning, Commissioners. For those in the audience that may not be familiar with the DABS's Parents Empowered initiative, Utah reinvests a portion of DABS's liquor sales revenue into proven public health and safety efforts. Parents Empowered, Utah's underage drinking prevention and community education media campaign, is a centerpiece of this commitment. A research-based campaign focused on preventing and reducing underage drinking in Utah. We accomplish this by empowering and educating parents and communities of the negative consequences of underage drinking and providing actionable solutions to help parents and communities keep their children alcohol-free. And then I wanted to mention last Thursday, Parents Empowered joined forces with Summit County Health Department and local business leaders to launch and unveil our Every Step Counts campaign at the market in Park City, complete with parent and child footprints leading to underage drinking prevention messages and tips. Over the next month, dozens of installations will pop up at businesses and community hubs throughout Summit County. And I do have a short KSL news clip, Madam Chair, if I may
Please.
play that. Steve, if we can shoot that up there, we'll give it a shot.
In Park City is an unlikely home to a campaign to prevent underage drinking. It's called the Prevention Trail, and it's the brainchild of local leaders and Parents Empowered, with the goal of having children reach the age of 21 alcohol-free. News specialist Debbie Worthen joins us now with more. So, Debbie, why a grocery store?
Well, Deanie, organizers say that grocery stores are really common for parents to bring their kids with them. So they say what better place than to put reminders out and conversation starters for parents to have with their kids about the dangers of underage drinking.
Every step counts. It's the message under your feet on the floors of the Market grocery store in Park City. Research shows Summit County students use alcohol at nearly twice the state average. A 2025 survey shows that number at 1 in 5, or 20%.
Steps Count program. It's a great program where we're trying to open up the conversation between parents and their children on underage drinking.
Parents Empowered and other state leaders say kids listen to parents when told they oppose underage drinking, and they believe integrating these reminders keeps the conversation front and center.
Children are 2 to 3 times more likely not to drink underage while their brains are forming. If their parents are engaged and take a strong stance against alcohol use at a young age.
Summit County Council member Megan McKenna says research is key to the campaign.
Because we care about our youth. We know the impact that underage drinking has on our local community and families and young people. We know that when young people start drinking underage, that they're more likely to become alcohol dependent as adults.
Now, organizers hope that other businesses in Park City will get involved because they would love to see this grow so their campaign gets a lot of word of mouth spreading. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, it's sure an important message. Debbie, thanks.
Great. Thanks, Steve. I'll also mention Pamela Bello. She is the prevention, she is leader of prevention at behavioral health at Summit County, and she applied for our Parents Empowered Community Partnership Project. She organized and planned this event up in Park City and garnered all the businesses. As I mentioned, there's going to be a whole host of other businesses and entities that are going to join in this partnership up in Park City. And I do want to thank Commissioner Conaby. Thank you so much for your support and being there. As I was mentioning to you at the press event, we know that when leaders step forward and present solutions and issues to the public, it's very effective when they do that and they do listen up, and it makes them think that these issues are very important. So we appreciate your support, Commissioner. Also, I did want to mention tonight at Jordan Commons, we're going to be hosting, Parents Empowered is, a block party on wheels This is a free skate night for families, and so it should be a pretty fun event. Again, this is Mill Creek that sponsored this community partnership project with Parents Empowered. So if you're in the area or available from 4 to 8 today, they're going to have some fun over there talking about underage drinking prevention as well. So thank you, Madam Chair. This concludes my report.
Thank you so much. That seems like such an effective campaign because I would notice it in the grocery store, and I appreciate Commissioner Conaby making himself available. And I am so impressed with our community buy-in for this programming. So I appreciate your continued work on this. Commissioners, any other comments?
Thank you. I think I just need to make a point that my rollerblades are in the back of my truck right now. My only problem is my kid was sick today, so we'll see how she's feeling. But yeah, just to second our chair's comments, we appreciate just all the community engagement and the difference. So thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Madam Chair, just a quick comment as it relates to Summit County. One of the great things that we have in this role is we're constantly brought data and information. And when we see a county that is one of our larger users of the system, but also has one of the larger percentages of self-reported underage drinking, a lot of that comes back to tactics and blocking and tackling and how we do that as a community. And I think that's what raised Pamela's eyebrow and brought her to try, as a prevention expert, to try and work with the county. She had a whole host of things she wanted to do budget-wise. We're able to get it up and running, but she's working on a larger budget that she'll work with both the county and the community to fund. And I would just like to say, whether it's unearned media or starting that program, you may have put something in a grocery store, but that'll continue to grow in the community as they solve their own problems. So thanks to staff for doing that. Thanks for your continued work, Doug.
Yeah.
Fun to be a part of. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Such important work. Anyone else? Okay. We will move on to our financial update with Todd Darrington.
Thank you, Commissioner Orton. The period for our financial report this month is period 9, or the period that ended March of 2026. During this period, you will see that our overall revenue was down just under 3%, and for the year, we're trending just under 1% down. It's very flat. It's as we've seen consistently throughout our year so far. Expenses were a little bit higher in this month. It's because we've been doing a little bit of system improvement and those bills came due. It's amazing. Contractors like to get paid. So we saw that bill come in, but overall, the difference that you're seeing on the year-to-date number is primarily in the increase in our bond expenses. Overall, we're in a healthy position for our return to the general fund, trending to 70 million. And during this period, we contributed, well, not us, but our wonderful customers contributed $160,000 to the Pamela Atkinson Homelessness Fund. And I think it's important. It's been a while since this program's been in place. I just want to remind you, that's not earmarks from sales. That's not our revenue in general. That is the generosity of the customers using their own money to contribute. So I just wanted to share that with you this morning. And that's the finance report that I have for you today.
Thanks. And I know nationwide, many of our fellow control states, well, and the other states are seeing decreased sales. And I think that it's commendable that we are only down 1%, all things considered, because I know that other states are struggling.
Yes, we continue to be a healthy place for alcohol sales, outpacing most controlled jurisdictions and open jurisdictions as well. This is not just the United States, it's international as well. So we're very fortunate to be where we are.
Right. And our legislature will appreciate all the good work that our staff and our stores are doing to keep those numbers healthy for our programs that they provide assistance for. So,
Madam Chair, quick question. Todd, do you have, when you talk about the Pamela Atkinson Homeless Trust Fund, is that donations at point of sale, or can you speak to that program? So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you, Commissioner Conaby. So the point of sale gives all of our customers a chance to round up their pennies or up to $1 from the end of their transaction. So after we do all of our other accounting pieces and get our money set aside for taxes, then there would be a difference of 35 cents. And that is asked at the terminal. And every customer can choose to donate or to not donate. There's no pressure one way or the other. We're just grateful for anyone's generosity in those moments. So it's I mean, 160,000 broken out pennies at a time is quite the penetration for those kinds of transactions. We see it pretty heavily in most of our transactions that people are generously contributing those last few pennies, rounding up to the nearest upper dollar. Of course.
Okay. So we'll continue with our operations update from our director, Erica Evans, and our director of operations, Jeremy Summerlett.
Thank you, Madam
Director-
Chair.
Director.
Quick updates today. I just want to mention we're coming up on the effective date for some of the legislative changes that passed during the legislative session that ended in March. Those are largely effective May 6th, and we have a newsletter going out in the next little bit. Keep your eyes open for it. Should be out this week, detailing those changes. If you have questions after reading that, please reach out. Your compliance specialists are ready and willing. So, and I'll turn it over to our other director, Jeremy.
Thank you, Director. It'll be surprising, but I don't have much to say today, except that we're steadily working toward operation improvement goals that have been addressed in previous meetings. That's all I have. Let's move it forward.
Great.
Thanks.
Okay, well, with that, we will move forward to administrative rules with our, you're the deputy director? Deputy Director Brian Swan.
Thank you, Commissioner. All right, so we have 3 action items. We have 3 rules to have a vote on the agenda. The first is R82-2. This has come back from the public comment 30-day period. There has been no public comments received on this. So with your commission approval, we need a vote to formally adopt that and promulgate it into rule. And then as for number 2, that is the event permit revisions that we talked about in subcommittees. That's R82-9. This is coming on the heels of the legislative changes of the approval process for permits, as well as tightening up that application deadline window to 15 days. And then the third one is R82-14. That is a new enactment for a liquor transport license and rules governing that. So for 2 and 3, you can consolidate those or take them separately, but we need a motion to move those forward to publication and public comment for 30 days.
Right. So let's start with item 1 and the administrative code R82-2. And we will ask, or at this point, I'll ask for a motion for final approval of the rule with an effective date of April 30, 2026.
That's fine. Yep.
Second? Tui. Okay. I'll approve, or any opposed? Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. And I guess we have that done. Now we will move forward to the number 2 and number 3, the administrative code R82-9 event permits and administrative code R82-14 liquor transport license. And I'll ask for a motion to move to file for publication with the Office of Administrative Rules. So moved. Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So with that, we will move for publication with the Office Administrative Rules. And now we'll move to violations with Samuel McHenry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have 22 items on the consent calendar today. There are agreements in place that have been signed and ready for commission action. It's considered as one block vote unless any of the commissioners would like to call out any of the agreements.
Right. Do we have?
Yeah, Madam Chair, we Commissioner Economy and I reviewed these as part of our subcommittee work, and we recommend that we approve this consent calendar. So I will move that we approve the consent calendar as written in the agenda and included in our board materials, commission materials.
Second.
Do we have any discussion on the motion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None opposed, so we have approved the consent calendar. And I just want to recognize our referral sources for this month because we appreciate the work that our law enforcement friends do on behalf of keeping things safe, you know, keeping our alcoholic products moving where they should be moving. And so I want to call out Clearfield Police Department, Hurricane Police Department, Rich County Sheriff's Office, the State Bureau of Investigation, and West Valley Police Department. Thank you for your work. And sorry. Next, we are going to go over an order to show cause. Oh, yeah, Sam.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have order to show cause case number 26-8, American Legion Holiday Post number 71. On September 21st, 2025, American Legion Holiday Post's entity status was administratively dissolved by the Department of Commerce. Therefore, they are not meeting the minimal qualifications to hold a license. And we, the commission has the authority to suspend, revoke, or deem forfeit a license when they're not meeting minimal qualifications. Historically, the commission has deemed forfeited. With that, pass it to you.
And do we have anyone online representing the American Legion 71? No? Okay.
Chair,
Yes.
my understanding is that, well, actually, let me do this and then we can talk about it. I'll make a motion that we deem the license forfeit for American Legion 71.
Okay, we have a motion. Second?
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Chenert.
So my understanding with this licensee is that what Sam discussed in the order to show cause is accurate. And there is an organization who might be willing to take the reins and reapply for a bar license and go through, you know, the proper application process with the department. And so we will likely see that in the future. But for now, I think the right thing for us to do is to deem this forfeit, seeing as they don't have the necessary requirements in place to hold the license.
Okay, and Sam, will you remind us, so if it's deemed forfeit, it can be reapplied for fairly quickly?
They could immediately reapply.
Okay.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
just as part of discussion, and it not necessarily related to this one, because we, you know, had a robust review of this through subcommittee and through the materials that Sam and Aaron and team provided to us, and I feel very comfortable with deeming forfeit. We have traditionally deemed these types of things forfeit. In the future, I'm considering, I mean, we could revoke these, which means they would not be able to, like, those that actually hold the license would not be able to reapply for a license for
3 years.
for 3 years. And I guess I'm concerned because sometimes we see these and our staff has no communication. We just don't have communication with the entity. And I don't know, in the future, I may be, I may lean towards revoking some of these licenses just because it kind of goes to the ability of the management of the operation. And again, this is not this one. I mean, we've dug into this particular case, but I just wanted to put that into the discussion. That's something I'm personally thinking about. I think some of my colleagues are thinking about it as well. And it's really important that our licensees communicate with our staff so we know what's going on. And I'm more willing to be flexible in those cases than cases where they're not. So just to add to the discussion for the record.
Yeah, and I think adding on, Madam Chair, adding on to Commissioner's comments, when you look at an American Legion, that's a veteran serving organization, roles change, it's a volunteer organization, so we can see why people will come and go and appreciate staff sensitivity to keeping that open and operating. But as we get into a possible license shortage, should we have one, and other determining factors, I think we're agreeing that taking a more taking a stricter stand on people coming and going and keeping an edifice up to sell alcohol probably isn't the right thing to do. So,
Well, and to add to what Commissioner Tenert said, it also has to do with the level of communication that these licensees have with us. When they don't communicate their concerns, the problems, and don't give us the opportunity to work with them or understand what's going on, it leaves us without the information we need to be able to make a different decision other than revocation. So, okay. With that, I will call for a vote. All who approve the forfeit of the license for American Legion 71, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. It is forfeited. Okay. So now we have licensee recognition with Erica.
Thank you, Madam Chair. You all know the drill. If you look up on the screen, we have 81 licensees this month that we want to recognize and highlight. They were visited by the Department of Public Safety, SBI, as we refer to them, and they passed their undercover investigations related to selling to a minor. So they are, just want to highlight that they're operating safely. Thank them for doing so. And they're part of an important part of our community.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to all of you who passed. That's exciting when we have a long list. And next, we are going to move to the Type 2 Package Agency application process with Jessica Atencio. And I don't know, I think we're specifically going to be discussing the applicant Southern Spirits and Wine in St. George.
Correct, Madam Chair. We have got an applicant, PA 598 for location in St. George, Utah, 1951 North Snow Canyon Parkway. CJ Davis is here to speak on behalf of Southern Spirits and Wine.
Can you just pull the mic toward you a little bit? Thank you. Oh, it's okay. I want the people online to be able to hear, so.
Madam Chair, if it's okay. Jessica, thank you. Since we've been working with you on all these package agency applications lately, I know sometimes, you're kind of under the radar, but your work's been really right in front of us lately. And so just really want to thank you for all you do to put work together for us. Would you just remind us the Type 2 package agency, like how, and just for our knowledge and just for the public's knowledge, how that specific type of package agency works?
Type 2 package agency would be not primarily alcohol sales. So they have a secondary business that functions in the same location.
Great. Thank you very much.
Madam Commissioner, Commissioners, and I guess DABS staff, thank you for having me. Appreciate it. So I guess, would you like me to start or just introduce myself at least?
We've been briefed
Okay.
on the background situation, but for the record, if you would.
Perfect.
If you would
So
please.
absolutely. So my name is Constantine James Davis. I go by CJ. Family has owned grocery stores since 1988 here in the state of Utah. I myself have been full-time back in the business since 2009. I am on some different boards at the Associated Food Stores. I'm the chairman of the Utah Food Industry Association at the current time. So we just purchased a new grocery store called Digby's down in St. George. And obviously, with that, they had the package agency next to it. So of course we would like to run that package agency, which is why we're here. So
Great.
thank you.
And so can you clarify for me, it's my understanding that the gentleman we contracted with previously is going to continue to manage the store?
Currently, he is managing the package agency only. That's why, of course, I'm here to potentially run and manage the package agency. At the grocery store, Right now, he's not a current, well, he is a current employee. He's only going to be on for some slight marketing things, but he's not going to be a full-time employee no longer.
Okay, so it'll be managed, so the store will in the future be managed by you.
The packing agency, correct? Yes.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. The grocery store currently is under Davis
Right,
Burkett.
of course. Yeah,
Thanks.
great.
Madam Chair, may I?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, thank you. Again, we appreciate we have the information that we were able to review, but you have some unique perspective. And so hopefully you don't mind
Of course.
my asking a question or two. So my understanding is you operate grocery stores in other
Yes. So we
states,
have
or just-
locations in Vernal and Roosevelt. We've had those since 1988. We
Okay.
purchased the Laburkin location in 2012. So we've actually been in the St. George area for about 13 years.
Okay. Do you operate anything outside of the state right now?
No.
Okay.
Currently, we're
Okay.
only in the state of Utah.
Okay. Could you talk a little bit about, I imagine that operating those grocery stores in other places in the state, I'm assuming you sell beer, which again would
Yes.
be under a different permit.
Mhm.
Can you kind of talk a little bit about, your, I don't know how to, like your operations, how you as a grocery store ensure like safety in terms of selling to underage or safe consumption? Can you talk a little bit about your alcohol safety policies, or how you make sure that
Yeah.
we're selling alcohol in a safe way?
Of course.
as a
Obviously.
grocery store?
Yes. Obviously every single individual we do ID now. Obviously, the changes that the legislature has made that even easier. We do have the technology to scan every single ID as well. Most of our, actually all of our beer is located in heavy traffic areas that we can actually see it, or it's kind of tucked away in a corner where it's not easier to just come in and out. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. Thanks. I appreciate that. Again,
course.
you have this like kind of unique perspective. So thanks for letting me ask that question.
Absolutely.
Commissioners, any other questions? At this point, I will be asking for a motion to approve a package agency applicant contract agreement for the Southern Spirits and Wine and direct the department to enter into a type 2 package agency contract.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Thank you, commissioners.
CJ, thanks for your investment.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Okay. So next we'll have the license renewal reminders with Craig War.
All right. Thank you, Chair. We have 2 reminders today. I just want to remind that our liquor transport licenses, the deadline to renew those licenses is today, April 30th. And then beginning tomorrow, May 1st, the new renewal will open for our bar licenses. So those licensees that hold a bar license or one of the legacy license that is licensed as a bar, that renewal period will start tomorrow and run until May 31st. Thank you.
Great. So next we will cover the consent agenda with Brian Swan.
Thank you. Okay, so the consent agenda this month comprises items A through I on the agenda. The commissioners have been briefed on each of these licensees and their applications in subcommittees. So there are no outstanding items to my knowledge to bring you aware of with these. It is straightforward and ready to go, pending any individual commissioner that wants to take one licensee off and talk about them. Otherwise, you can take this in a block vote and approve them all by approving the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you, Brian. Madam Chair, may I make a motion? I would like to handle, I guess it would be H4, the application for an on-premise beer retailer, recreational amenity, another round disc golf, separately. And I could make a motion to that effect, but before I do that, I would like to move that we approve the consent agenda with the exception of H4.
Second.
So I guess we will have a discussion at this point.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. Okay, we'll just go ahead and take the vote then. We'll vote on, I'll need a, oh, you've already made the motion and
that's good.
seconded
Yeah,
it.
we're
Okay.
good. Yeah.
So we are voting to approve the consent agenda, everything except H4.
Mhm.
So all of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, I guess we can now go back to H4.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Madam Chair. And I'm just going to go ahead and make a motion on H4. So we use the consent agenda for kind of just administrative routine items. And this one's a little on the edge of that. So I just think it's wise that we handle it separately. So I move that we approve another round disc golf in Salt Lake City for an on-premise beer retailer recreational amenity license. And I just want to make note that the statute and the rule allow for us to have like a commission approved leisure activity for these types of licenses. And the statute says it doesn't involve weapons. And so the commission approved activity as part of my motion for this license is disc golf, including virtual versions of disc golf.
Right, and I appreciate you bringing that up. And no, I don't think frisbees count as potential weapons.
yeah.
So
Yes.
I think we're I think we're safe. So with that, you've already made a motion.
Second motion.
And Commissioner Conaby has seconded. All in favor of?
Can we have some discussion on the motion real quick?
Sure.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think what differentiates this application from the others is its recreational nature and the definition of recreation. And I applaud Commissioner Tennant for pulling that out so we can have a discussion on it. I think staff knows, and I think most commissioners are aware, we need to get our arms on how we define recreation, what recreation is, so we can make sure that we're not using it as an excuse to get licenses. I don't think this applicant is doing that, and want to be clear about that, but that's why it was removed from the others, if anyone's wondering what the discussion was about. So thank you, Madam Chair. That's all my comments.
Right. Any other discussion? Okay. With that, we'll have a vote, and all of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. We have approved a license for another round disc golf. So with that, we will move to license applications consideration items, and we'll start with bar establishment with Rob Hanson. Start with extended closure.
Good morning, Commissioners. Yes, we have an extended closure for a bar license. It's Whiskey Street. You might remember they had the big fire back in August on Main Street. They have come before the commission before for an extended closure that was approved to this meeting. They are now asking for an extended closure to be approved to December 15th. We have a representative here from Whiskey Street if you have any questions for him.
Yes, I would love to hear from, I believe we have Jason. Yes.
Good morning, Jason LeCates with Whiskey Street. I'll try and give you as quick as possible update. The fire was in August of last year. It's been 8.5 months. Things have been really slow, unfortunately. As most of you know, we had two licensees involved in the fire, White Horse and Whiskey Street. White Horse has been open for about 3 months. That was a kind of pretty big difference as far as damage done to the building. Whiskey Street was located right next to where the fire initiated. The building was basically destroyed. We were advised to not touch anything in the building for the first couple of months, not to disturb any of the evidence and whatnot. So we sat on our hands for the first 2 months, and then we were able to empty the building out. The only thing that was left standing were the walls. It's a 115-year-old building, and our attempt from the beginning has been to try and save the building. It's not our building, but the landlord also has the same intent to save the building. And that's been where we've ran into some troubles. Even though the walls are standing, you learn a lot of things when you go through things like this. But the heat of the fire did a lot of damage to the mortar in the walls. Even though it's standing, it's been it's not as strong as it should be. So a lot of engineering's been done. We weren't even able to take the floor of the building out because we were afraid if we took the floor out, the building would collapse. So where it's been for the past 5 months has been basically the floors remained. We've put some trusses, not trusses, but some boards up top to help secure the building so it wouldn't fall down. And in the last few months, we've been hand digging. The construction crews have been hand digging the footings, 13-foot footings, all hand dug. We haven't been able to get any excavation equipment in there because you can't, because the floor is still there. So thankfully in the last, this week we've actually started to pour those footings. The footings are part of the seismic upgrades that needed to be done for the building, and as well as to secure the building from collapsing. And what we're doing is basically putting footings, 13-foot footings all around the building, and we're building like an iron skeleton, they call it, that will run around the building and support the building. So that has been a real issue to do. There was a lot of people that wanted us to just tear the building down for cost reasons and start over. If we would have done that, we'd probably be a lot further along than we are now. But our goal has been to save the building, which is going to happen. Like I said, finally we're moving forward as of this week. The footings were put in. We're really confident once that is done, it can be turned over to the general contractor. The shell will be done by the landlord. They feel that they can deliver that by August. We're pretty quick at what we do. Once it's handed over, we were shooting to open in October, but it's just we're just running into different problems every week. We feel like in 2 weeks we're going to start making progress, and it really hasn't started until now. But we're hopeful to be open in October, but it is more realistic of what we're asking for today, which is the middle of December.
It's a monumental effort you're having to put in there, and I really appreciate your willingness to try to save the building. So I had asked Deputy Director Swan for some additional information that I thought might be helpful for us. So with Whitehorse, they got an initial 60-day closure that went until October of 25. Then an additional 30-day extension was given until November. And then the commission then approved an extended closure until February's meeting. And they are open and operating. Ava's is a similar situation. They are open and operating. Whiskey Street was given an initial 60-day closure until October of 2025, then an additional 30-day extension until November, and then we approved an extended closure until April's meeting, and that's why he's here today. But this was what confused me. I was confused as to why London Bell wasn't coming as well. And so just for our information, and the public has had a lot of interest in this as well, so I wanted to put this on the record. London Bell got an initial 60-day closure until 10/25/25, just like you did. Then an additional 30-day extension was given until November, and then we approved an extended closure for them until July. So I guess we will see them in July, but you're back because we only extended to April.
Correct.
And it's also my understanding we don't have any kind of limitations anymore as far, like, I think we used to have a 2-year, like we could only extend to 2 years, and then, they had to lose their license or something.
That's right. The statute's open-ended on your discretion on that.
Yeah. So with that, I'll open discussion with commissioners.
Yeah, go ahead if you want to, Commissioner.
I'll just say, I will be ready to make a motion, or if one of my commissioner colleagues makes a motion after a bit of questioning and discussion. I think that we should at least have the closure, if we are in favor of it, which I am, the closure go through our December meeting, just for ease. But that was the only point. And I just thank you for all you're doing as a Salt Lake City resident. Those historic buildings downtown are an important part of our city. And so I personally appreciate the work you're doing.
Thank you.
I was going back and recalling in my mind a conversation that we had in the meeting with Commissioner Tui, who was discussing that same balance we talked about last time of avail license and extending, right? First of all, I'm sorry that happened to you, and thanks for your continued work, not just on behalf of the state, but the city and historic structures. Those are really, I've done a lot of historic renovation. That's a lot of work, and you meet a lot of friends and a lot of government agencies when you do that. So You must be a patient man as well, and that'll come to a point. Did they ever
That
determine?
fast.
Yeah, yeah. You'll meet new people.
Yeah.
Until you get a CO. Have they determined what the cause of the fire was yet?
They haven't released the
It
cause.
can
and
take up to a year, so.
We're
okay.
getting hints that it's coming down the pipe, but
Okay.
nothing
If
official.
if you can update our office on that, that would be helpful, and we may include
Yeah,
that in the
you bet.
motion. You mentioned your landlord. Who's your landlord and the owner of the building?
Whiskey Street is Eric Furman and the Priscos family, Nico Priscos.
Okay, so Nico and his group own the physical building, right?
Correct.
Okay, great. And then the last thing I had in terms of extensions from this chair, and it's only one of many and many voices, I have zero issue extending this as far as you need it to do the right thing. And I actually want to kind of go the other way. And we're a state entity. What can we do to help you? How can we help you move your business forward? How can we help you be more patient? Can we engage at the city level or the county level to talk about things? Do you need me to call Nico and ask him what I can do from the construction side?
Thankfully, we have the greatest landlords.
Yeah, they're
in
great people,
town.
but where are they experiencing difficulty? And, no one knows the city better than them, having done the Newmont building and the down the
It's
street.
been insurance.
Insurance. Yeah.
I mean, if you go back to Whitehorse, Whitehorse has been open for 3 months. That was done zero thanks to the insurance company.
Yeah.
If we were waiting on insurance money, it would still be maybe 4 months to being open.
Do we know who the insurance company is?
What's that?
Do we know who the insurance company is?
Well, there's 8 insurance companies involved in the entire fire. We have the same insurance company for Whiskey Street and Whitehorse, and then the Nico and Eric have one policy for Whiskey Street, and then different ownership. Eric owns Whitehorse. That was a different
Yep.
one. So we're dealing with,
Okay.
and everyone's pointing fingers and whatnot. So that's been really frustrating, but hopefully moving along.
I have some ideas on maybe how to help there, and I can share that with staff and see if they can help adjudicate.
But no, the city's been great. A lot of people don't realize that, the city gave us money. We
Yeah.
we took an emergency loan of
Yeah.
$200,000, which helped
great.
help get that going. If it wasn't for that, and we learned some lessons in COVID and had a rainy day fund,
Yeah.
that is what got us open, not the insurance company.
Yeah.
But that's run dry. And so thankfully to the city, they have not only have they not gotten in the way, they've helped expedite stuff. We get phone calls, hey, is anything getting in the way, whatnot. So they're actually quite the opposite of getting in the way. They're helping us tremendously.
Yeah, that's great. My age will show if I talk about the city county building there, but that building was threatening to be raised because the restoration of it was $7 million at the time back in the 80s. And I think everyone drives past it and loves it, just like they will your building here in the coming
Yeah,
years.
we're going to
Thanks for
continue
your
that.
investment. I'm going to lean into that insurance thing privately with our executive director and see if there's things the state can do to help you there.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Those
Yeah.
are my comments, Madam Chair.
And also, this is kind of along the same lines. I also want to remind the commission that we still have 25 bar establishment licenses. So we're not in a state of panic over that this time, which is nice.
Yeah.
Always nice. But anyway, any further discussion? Okay. With that, we will take a vote to approve your extended closure.
Let me make that motion specifically, I talked to it, but I didn't, so I would move that we approve the extended closure through our December meeting, and then just please keep us posted on, as our commissioner said, how we can be helpful. And then also if you think that date is going to change, if we can, as far in advance as we can know about it.
It helps us moving along. I'd rather not come back.
No, we want you open. Thank you. Thank
We'll
you.
be open by then.
Thank you.
Fingers crossed. Thanks for your time.
Second? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Rob, we are back with bar establishment licenses.
All right, so we have 2 changes of ownership. We have Premier
right.
Park City and Park City, and we have the Star Saloon Tavern in Pleasant Grove. Both of these are complete and are ready for your consideration.
Great.
Chair, I'll move that we approve the 2 license changes of ownership.
Great. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, aye. I keep forgetting. Melissa, just assume that if I have not voted, it's an aye.
Break our ties if you need.
Right. Opposed? No. So with that, we will grant those licenses. So now we have 2 new applicants.
2 new applicants, and as you stated, we had 25 licenses available, but we got 2 more back in this meeting. So actually, we have 27 right now.
Oh, good to know.
So we have the Break Sports Bar and Grill in Taylorsville. They are conditional. They also have the violation history. And we have the Desert Edge Brewery at the Pub, Salt Lake City. They are also conditional and have a violation history. But the applications are complete and ready for your consideration.
Okay, so at this time, I would entertain a motion to approve a bar establishment conditional license for the Break Sports Bar and Grill in Taylorsville and Desert Edge Brewery at the Pub in Salt Lake City.
So moved.
Okay. Any discussion?
Yeah, quick discussion. Can we talk about the conditions of approval are for violations? As a conditional approval, what conditions are we placing on it? I think public may want to be aware of that.
Well, the conditional items are stuff like the business license, insurance, final premise inspection.
Okay.
But they do have the violation histories, but the violation history doesn't have anything to do with the conditional.
And will the violation history carry over to the new owner?
No,
It will not.
these are new applicants, but
I
they
understand.
have other
I know.
licenses that had the violations.
What I'm trying to unearth is, are we changing ownership to wipe our violation history clean? And how are we dealing with that as a commission? That's kind of the question I'm trying to unearth.
Okay, so these are not changes of ownership. These are new applicants. They had violations at other licenses.
Oh, okay. I better understand that. Thank you. No further questions. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, I guess I will call for a vote to approve the bar establishment conditional licenses for the Break Sports Bar and Grill in Taylorsville and Desert Edge Brewery at the Pub in Salt Lake City. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay. Congratulations on those licenses. So at this point, we will move to comments from commissioners in the public. Do we have any comments from commissioners today? Seeing no comments? Okay, seeing no comments. Do we have any public comments here? Did we have anyone? Oh, do you have a?
I have a comment, but I'll wait until there's any comments.
Okay, do we have any public comments on the list?
I have a public question,
Okay.
if I could. So I'm on the consent agenda. I'm
Can you give us your name?
Anthony Stewart. I'm I-10 Smokin' Joe's Barbecue in Parowan.
Great, thank you.
I was just curious if we're good to go after this meeting, or do we wait till tomorrow before we're able to start serving?
Okay, it's my understanding that your compliance specialist will reach out to you with your actual license information.
Okay, perfect.
Following this
Do we know
meeting.
who that is? Or can we at least give them some contact information
I
before
don't
he
know.
hangs up?
Yeah, I don't know who their specific.
Yeah,
They run a
it'll
layout.
be Matthew Reeder. He's housed in St. George.
Do you have Matthew's contact information?
Yes, I believe so.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Any other public comments or questions? With that, I'll turn it over to Commissioner Tennert.
I'll just be really quick. Madam Chair, it's been great to have you chairing this meeting. And I know, I mean, we have a little bit more time with you. I know that your service is starting to come to an end, and I just wanted to go on the record and say how much I appreciate you. And I've learned so much from you, and I think we have this history has been brought up during this meeting that you carry and ask us to take a look at things, and I've just really appreciated you chairing this meeting, so thank you.
You're very sweet. Thank you.
I second the comment.
Oh, thank you. Y'all are very kind, very kind. It's been fun, and y'all have been an easy audience.
And I saw you might be the rec- one of the
I was gonna say, if Chair Handy can't make it, if Chair Handy can't make it to another meeting, I'd be happy to make a motion that you're appointed chair. Yeah. Based on speed alone, Commissioner Wharton. Among the other great qualities.
Yeah, that would be a very short-term offer, but yes. Okay, and with that, I will,
move to adjourn.
yes. Second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And with that, we adjourn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even,
You know what? I think it's 11:45.